Welcome, friends, to High Priestess Influence. This will be a general message for each sign for the month of February 2020. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible, so you may find resonance with this message anytime you attract this video into your experience. But on this final day of January 2020, I just felt inspired to tap into the cards and my intuition to see what each sign might want to know for the month of February. So what I will do is display the card that represents each sign so that you can fast forward to the sign or signs you wish to view. So if you do wish to view your moon and rising sign messages in addition to your sun sign message, it will be easy to do so since they are in the same video. So the Emperor will be for Aries, the Hierophant for Taurus, the Lovers for Gemini, the Chariot for Cancer, Strength for Leo, the Hermit for Virgo, Justice for Libra, Death for Scorpio, Temperance for Sagittarius, the Devil for Capricorn, the Star for Aquarius, and the Moon for Pisces. Of course, if anyone out there would like to timestamp this, that would be wonderful. I actually don't know how to do that, so if someone wants to do that, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, you can just view the card. You can fast forward based on when you see the card for your sign. So let's get started with our general messages for each sign for February 2020. Okay, Aries, so this message will be for you for February 2020. Of course, it's a general message. Take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And remember, never put anyone else's judgment or opinions above your own, Aries. Okay, Aries. Right off the bat, we got the Lovers reversed with the Knight of Wands reversed. And I really feel, Aries, that if you don't put your own well-being first, you are, what do I want to say, almost like not going to have as much enjoyment, pleasure, fun as you would like. I'm feeling like, okay, I'm feeling, Aries, that, and I'm feeling this very strongly with the Lovers reversed, major arcana. I'm feeling as though you really need to be true to yourself, what's important to you, what you value, what you love, and even the people you love. You need to be authentic and focus on what's most important to you and really take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Get enough rest, get enough sleep, eat well, like just really, not that I'm not sensing that there's anything wrong in that, but I'm feeling as though some of you may, I don't know, be neglecting yourselves or putting other people before you. Listen, you have to put yourself first sometimes, Aries. I really do feel that some of you are sacrificing what you want for other people. And I feel like that will make you unhappy. And that this month is the time for you to do so, right? My readings are always guides, never predictors. So this isn't a prediction that you will not take care of yourself and that you will not enjoy yourself, that you will not, I feel like if you will not relax. This is not a prediction whatsoever. This is actually guidance, advice. So actually, that's probably what I should have called the reading, guidance for each sign. So basically, I'm feeling that some of you recently have just been putting others first and maybe just not being true to yourself, not maybe living according to your way of doing things, your values, what's most important to you, right? You can be really big-hearted, and it can be easy to almost like give up your power to others. But then you're out of alignment and you're really just not enjoying yourself. And I feel like you want to like kind of keep moving, moving ahead. You want progress. You're looking for progress, but in this upcoming month, in this time period, in order to enjoy your own progress, enjoy your own expansion, you need to be there for yourself, Aries. That's the message I just got. Be there for yourself, okay? So in February, it's all about you, Aries, your desires, your well-being, your alignment, putting yourself first and being there for yourself. Okay, my Aries friends, thank you for joining me. Next will be Taurus. Welcome, Taurus. This will be guidance for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for February 2020. So, Taurus, keep in mind that this is just guidance, not predictions. And remember, never put anyone else's opinion or message above your own. Okay, so you only had one card jump out for you, so let's see what comes to me, Taurus. So we have the Knight of Swords reversed here, Taurus. So, okay, Taurus, I'm really feeling strongly that you should not rush into anything because you think you should. So in other words, let's say an opportunity shows itself to you, Taurus, this month, this in February, or whenever you view this, because, you know, it is, dates are fluid. So I'm feeling that if something presents itself to you, Taurus, and, you know, you're kind of like your gut says no, or your intuition says no, your heart says no, then you should not go forward with it. Don't let your mind talk you into something that isn't right for you. Because sometimes we're presented with things that maybe we don't want to do, or things we don't want to participate in. And for some reason, we talk ourselves into it. We think we should do it. Like, this is a good opportunity, you know, almost like you have your parents' voice in your head saying, you know, this is something you should do. It's a good opportunity. But you know what? If your inner knowing, your inner self knows that it's not for you right off the bat, then don't talk yourself into something that in the long run might not be right for you, might make you unhappy, or might make you miserable. So basically, that's the message I'm getting here, Taurus. So if you find yourself in February, or whenever you view this, being faced with a so-called opportunity, if it doesn't feel right, do not talk yourself into it, and don't let others talk yourself into it. Because I feel like someone else might say, oh, you should grab onto this. This is a great opportunity for you. You know, this is, let's say if it's a job, oh, it's so much money, you should go for it. You know, but meanwhile, like, the work doesn't feel right for you, or the company doesn't feel right for you, or it just doesn't seem to be a good fit. But then you think you should do it because it pays more, or something like that. Okay, that's kind of like an example of what I'm feeling here. All right, my Taurus friends. So no rushing into anything that's right for you. If your inner knowing is that it's right for you, that's a different story. I'm talking about something that doesn't feel right from the start. Don't talk yourself into it. Okay, Taurus, thank you for joining me. So next we will have Gemini. Welcome, Gemini, to your message or guidance for February 2020. So I expect this to be a brief message of guidance. But remember, my Gemini friends, do not put anyone else's judgment or opinion above your own. And I never view my messages as predictions, really just, again, as guidance. Okay, something jumped out here. I think it's just one. But I also had trouble putting 2 cards back in, so I feel like they belong, well, never mind. I feel like they belong with this. So, oh no, 3 cards. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. 3 major arcana, including your own, because I'm using another deck to display that, because of course, if this card wants to jump out. Okay, so first of all, this might not be as short as I thought, Gemini. Yours might not be anyway. Death reversed is the one that jumped out separately. So I'm going to start with this, all right? So basically what I'm feeling here, Gemini, is that you may be going through some changes. It will vary for each of you, but I'm feeling as though there's some change going on in your life at this time, and you are resisting it. But, you know, I feel like it's a natural progression of life, of things happening, and I'm feeling like the more you resist it, the more difficult you make it for yourself. So the other cards that kind of like came out separately was the Lovers reversed, which again is you. I think this is just like an punctuating or emphasizing that you're not in alignment, Gemini, like you're not being true to who you really are. And, you know, obviously it would be in relation to this change that you're going through or some transformation in your life. Okay. Yeah, there's something that you're resisting. Again, this is a general message, so of course it's going to vary for each of you, but that's definitely what I'm feeling here. So let me just put that down with that one. And you also have the Star reversed, and that's really about, you know, not believing that things can work out for you, that things always work out for the best, not believing that things are going to go your way, not believing that you can have whatever you want, not believing in the universe you know what, I got the expression that you don't think the universe will treat you fairly. So if that sounds familiar to any of you, but you know, some of you may be kind of like in a spiritual slump, in an emotional slump, and but the cards are here as a guide, so this doesn't need to be. This is to encourage you to be deliberate about your focus, so that you either can get yourself out of it if you're already experiencing it, or that you can make sure that you do not slide into an emotional slump. So with the Star reversed here, I'm feeling like, you know, you have this transformation that's happening there with the Death reversed, the transformation that you're resisting, and you're out of alignment, which of course, if you're in resistance, you're out of alignment. And of course, if you're out of alignment, it's because you're not allowing the universe to, well, the universe is always responding to you, but your vibration, your expectations may be low. So you're not getting the response that you want. Remember, the universe is energetic, okay? You are more non-physical energy than you actually are the physical body, okay? In reality, the totality of you is way bigger than we can even imagine, right? And I think you know that, or you wouldn't even be listening to a tarot reading. So you have a spiritual side for sure, my Gemini friends. So this, like the slump, this word slump just comes to me. The slump that you're feeling now is really just, first of all, temporary, because that always is. So if you are already feeling this, know that this is, you know, this too shall pass, as the saying goes. But what I'm feeling I need to do is encourage you to be deliberate in your positive focus. Remember, again, as I started to say, the universe is energetic. And you are emitting an energy, a frequency out into the world, and you attract back to you the essence of that frequency. So if you are feeling optimistic, feeling hopeful, or feeling even better than hopeful, whatever it is that you put out there, you're going to attract to you experiences that match that vibration, that high vibration. If you have low expectations, which is what the cards here are basically indicating, if you have resistance to what's going on in your life and you're kind of like emotionally fighting against it or worrying about it or ruminating over something negative, and you expect that things, I feel like you have low expectations here with the star reversed. If you have that, then you're attracting the essence of that to you. So if you expect negative outcomes, that's the vibration you're putting out there. You're going to attract more of it. So you're going to keep that momentum going. So really here, it's about deliberate focus, okay? And you also had the 9 of Cups reversed. You know, again, you will find your place you find yourself in a place of dissatisfaction, feeling dissatisfied with where you're at if your focus does not change. So the fascinating thing here, Gemini, is that you had really, really powerful cards show up to bring me this message, okay? Because, you know, this is really intuitive for me, and there are other cards that might have shown up that would give me a similar or the same message, but you had 4 powerful cards show up for you, 4 major arcana, which means that the energy around them is really positive if you can allow it to be, and powerful is what I really meant to say. Powerful, not what I meant to say, but I wanted to say that first. Powerful and potentially positive. So in other words, if you have some kind of transformation going on, if you just relax into it, accept it, relax into it, know that change is inevitable. Progress, growth, expansion is inevitable. You can make it smooth and easy by allowing this natural progression to take place, or you can make it more difficult by resisting it. Okay, you can come into alignment with who you really are here, right? Okay, you're a love, Gemini, you know, for yourself and for others. So all you need to do is refocus and get yourself in alignment. And again, turning the star right side up. This is all about believing, knowing that the universe is responding to you, and that eventually everything will work out, but it can work out sooner. You know, when you have a low vibration, you kind of slow down the momentum that you would like. Your desires are out there in the universe. The energies are out there. And, you know, the universe will respond to them, but it's going to take longer and be a bumpier road when your expectations are low. So turn the star energy upright and believe. And again, another powerful card here, the 9 of Cups. I mean, you know, wish fulfillment, joy, getting what you want, getting your heart's desire, right? So again, turn this energy upright by refocusing. Now, again, the cards are just here as a guide. So if you're feeling this way already, you know, you can be hopefully guided now to be deliberate about your focus and change the energy. If you don't relate with this, just keep it in mind that if you sense that some change is coming and you're feeling resistance to it, head it off before it gets momentum, before it gains momentum, before it gets going, before the negativity gets going. Relax into the transformation and know that it's a natural progression of life, and that things are always going to change and progress. And welcome the progress, welcome the expansion, and welcome the change. Okay, so Gemini, your message was kind of more involved and longer than the other two so far, but next we will be doing Cancer. Thanks for joining me, Gemini. Welcome, Cancer. This will be general guidance or general message for you for February 2020 or whenever you view this. And it's just general, and it may not resonate with everyone, so take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And remember, it's just guidance. It's not a prediction of what will be. It's just guidance for the month of February. So there we go. Oh, you have several cards here. Wow. You have a lot of cards. Okay, let's unpack this because I thought this would be a brief message. So, beautiful. Right on top here, you've got joy and stability. I feel in the family or home life. Okay, whatever that means for you, whether even if you live alone, I feel like things are stable, things are well. There's a lot to enjoy and a lot to celebrate. So really moving into the month of February with a really beautiful, positive energy here. So we have the King of Pentacles reversed here, Cancer. So this may represent an earth sign. So it's possible that this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but not necessarily. This could be, I'm feeling like this could be, your boss for some of you. So when I had the sense that things are really, really well and stable and beautiful in the home life, your boss might be a little out of sorts this month or something. It's yeah, I'm feeling for some of you at work, if you have a boss, if you're in a situation like that, that somebody might be out of sorts. I mean, it could even be a business partner or something like that. So, if this resonates with you, it's kind of good to have like a heads up so you can kind of, be aware that they might be extra sensitive this month or something, and knowing that can be helpful. Now, beneath that, we had the Five of Wands reversed. And so, I'm sensing like some internal conflict here, I think related to your job or your boss. So there might be things that maybe at work that you're not aligned with, or things that your boss is doing or saying that you might not be articulating to anyone else or to your boss, but I feel like you're really kind of you're bugged by it. You might be again keeping it to yourself, but it's bothering you. So there's something about, I feel, your boss or the workplace that's bothering you, and it is general, so it will be to a different extent for each of you. All right. Now you got the Lovers next here, and I'm really feeling that you need to be true to what's important to you. You need to look at what is really important. So in other words, let's say this is your job or your boss, and the internal conflict might be, should I stay or should I go? And I feel that some of you really need to take a true look at yourself, where you are at, and see, are you happy here? Does this work align with who you really are? Do you love getting up in the morning to come here? Okay, so it's really about you aligning with and coming to terms with what is most important to you, is what I feel here, my Cancer friends. So some of you may be thinking of walking away from this position. that walking away in your power, right? The 8 is the number of power, but you may be leaving it behind and moving on to something else, leaving the darkness and walking out into the light. So this is something you might want to keep in mind for the month of February if you think that this resonates with you. Again, I don't view this as predictions at all. So I'm not predicting that you leave, and I'm not advising you to leave, but some of you may already resonate with this and may already be considering looking for a new situation, a new job, or something like that, or even a new partner in business. And interesting here, you have at the bottom of all this the 6 of Cups. So for someone, or some of you, someone from your past or someone you've known a long time, they could still be involved in your life to some extent. It's not, you may be in touch with this person, but I feel as though someone from your past might have a situation for you or an offer for you. And I also just got the feeling that for some of you, this could be relationship related. I just really got that feeling that this whole situation might not be your job. It could be relationship related. So keep that in mind if this resonates with you, but on a relationship level instead of a job level. So that might be for somebody out there. But and that's where someone from the past might come into play also, either maybe with a job opportunity or even a relationship of sorts. So, okay, Cancer. Again, this was general. It might not resonate with everyone. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest for everyone else. And next we will be moving on to Leo. Thanks for joining me, Cancer. Thanks for joining me, Leo, for your general message or guidance for February 2020. All right, so again, being general, that was fast. It may not resonate with everyone, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest for everyone else, and never put anyone else's judgment before your own. So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Again, a brief general message. So, Leo, you have the Chariot, and it's the only card that jumped out here. So, I feel like, Leo, it's time for you to take the reins, take charge, take control. Now, Leo, I don't mean in a tight-fisted way. I don't mean controlling with physical effort or even mental effort, right? This is about taking control first of your inner being, your alignment, and then taking the physical action. So the number 7 here, the Chariot is the number 7, and it is a very spiritual number. And the number 7 is often about spiritual knowledge and seeking the answers, and not necessarily, or often not at all, involving religion. It's kind of like seeking the answers of the universe here. And I'm really feeling like you want to get in touch with your spiritual side so that you can kind of like guide your chariot smoothly forward, instead of kind of like haphazardly bumping along the road and maybe veering off now and then. I feel as though if you can get in alignment spiritually, then it'll be a smooth ride. Okay, I'm getting all of these like little expressions here that coming to me, because it's the Chariot, right? I mean, the intuition comes, the card sparks the intuition, I guess. So it may be that some of you have been neglecting your alignment, have not been focusing deliberately on the positive things in your life, the things that raise your vibration. Some of you may have maybe focused on some negative things. Some negative things have just kind of gripped your attention recently, and you kind of just got sloppy with your spiritual side because you got caught up in the human physical experience, which is normal. I mean, we came here for the human physical experience, but the problem is that the moment we come into this world, we're immediately being conditioned by those around us, not necessarily intentionally, but we immediately become conditioned, and we forget who we really are. And that is eternal, non-physical beings. And we forget how much control that we have over our experience in this human life. We forget that we have such power with just our thoughts, our emotions, our focus, because of our vibrational frequency. The universe is energy, and energy responds to energy, and you will attract the essence of the energy you put out there. So I'm feeling like some of you have maybe been a little out of control, but I feel as though moving into this month, you're going to feel more aligned, or at least that's what the guidance is encouraging you to do. Some of you are, I think, naturally veering back onto the road and just being very easy about it, like a light control, like a light grip on the reins, not holding on too tightly, not having expectations that you can't align with, and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like some of you are moving in that direction, and others need this as like as an encouragement, as advice, as guidance to be deliberate about your focus, but keep a light grip on the reins. If you try too hard, either in the physical sense or mentally, like you sit down and you try to make yourself get into alignment. Oh, and I can't. No. You need to be light and easy with yourself if you want to get into alignment, okay? So you need to relax. You need to relax. And once you do, I feel like the momentum is going to pick up speed, and you are going to be in control. And I'm feeling like that's the direction that you guys are headed in at this time. So this is all really positive. Remember, a light grip on the reins and high expectations is the way to move forward for you this month, my Cancer friends. Okay, so next we will have, did I say Cancer? I'm sorry. Leo. Okay, Leo, I said Cancer. Looking at your card, I still said Cancer. So that's okay. The Chariot is the card of Cancer. Okay, so for some of you, additional message. A Cancer is going to play a big role in your experience this month. A Cancer is going to play a big role in your experience this month. Okay, that may not be for everybody, but if that is true, please comment, because I'm really curious now, because that just came as an afterthought. All right, so yeah, a Cancer is going to play a big role for some of you Leos this month. So wow, let me know if that's true. You don't have to give me the specifics, you don't have to tell me your private stuff, but I would love to know if that's true. Okay, so next we will be doing Virgo. Hey Virgo, welcome to your message for February 2020. Remember that it's just a general message. It will not resonate with everyone, and a card jumped out really quickly. It will not resonate with everyone, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. And remember, this is, an intuitive read, whatever comes to me as I start speaking it out. So Virgo, you have the Seven of Swords here. So Virgo, have you been collecting something? Now, it's not necessarily physically collecting something, but have you been gathering up information, maybe saving your money? I'm feeling that some of you have been, in a sense, collecting wisdom, collecting knowledge, collecting experience. And I'm feeling like some of you are ready to, whether you know it or not, just came to me too, whether you know it or not, some of you are ready to take some sort of knowledge or understanding to new levels. Now, for some of you, it could be spiritual knowledge. We have the number 7 here, and 7 is a very spiritual number. It's really about, it can be about science and learning in general and that kind of stuff, definitely, digging deep for the answers. But often it involves digging deep for spiritual answers, like kind of like, what is life all about? What is the universe all about? And all that kind of stuff. It's generally not religious. It's more like inquisitive and the need to know. So I'm feeling that some of you may have been either officially or even unofficially, I feel more unofficially for most of you, like studying something or getting more involved in something, maybe reading books or watching videos about certain topics. And for some of you, again, it's spiritual. For others, it might not be, but I feel like you want to take this knowledge to a new level and do something with it. Again, that varies too. Some of you might want to do something with this as a hobby or, like a side hustle, making money on the side. Or some of you, depending on what it is you've been studying, you might, be literally working toward a new career. Okay. But, whatever this is, it feels good. It feels like something that you are enjoying, that really resonates with you. So, my Virgo friends, bottom line is, I feel like your guidance for the month is that if you are or have been studying or exposing yourself to, some new ways of thinking, some new knowledge, some new experiences, I'm feeling that if you want to like take this to the next level, that you might want to do that now. This might be the right time for it. I feel like it's a really good thing for you and that you're enjoying it. So go for it, my Virgo friends. Okay, so thank you for being with me, Virgo. Next, we will have Libra. Okay, Libra, welcome. This will be your general message for February 2020. Remember, it is general, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And it's really just meant to be some brief guidance for the month. But remember, never put anyone else's judgment or opinion above your own. And speaking of judgment, only one card jumped out, but it is the Judgment card. Also keep in mind, Libra, that this is an intuitive reading. So what comes to me when I start talking out, the card here. Okay, so let's take a look at Judgment, Libra. Judgment. Ooh, I'm feeling like fresh starts, new beginnings. Kind of like, again, shedding that old skin and starting fresh. Using good judgment. Okay, so Libra, if you have some decisions to make this month, I feel as though your inner knowing, your judgment, well, put it this way, your judgment is going to be spot on if you listen to your inner knowing, okay? If you trust your gut or your heart or your intuition, if you go with that inner knowing, then I feel like your judgment will be good. Do not allow your mind to take over and talk you into or out of things. Okay, trust your inner knowing. This Judgment card is really, really powerful. And I'm feeling, Libra, like you're going to be very positive this month. Also in the sense of, in sense of the card Judgment here, like kind of like dropping your judgment of situations and people and of yourself, which is super important. I mean, the first thing you need to do is stop judging yourself, Libra. And I know quite a few Libras, and I know there's a lot of self-judgment going on here, and I feel as though the way the energies are moving for you, this is going to be a good month for not judging yourself. You're going to, I just got the expression, turn over a new leaf, as far as that goes. You're going to be, I think you're going to be more aware of your thoughts and your words. So you'll be thinking better, let's say, of yourself. In other words, you won't be beating yourself up as much. You will catch yourself saying, wow, why am I thinking, such negative things about myself? Why am I having low expectations for myself? Why do I think I'm not worthy? You're going to basically bring awareness to thoughts like that and be able to let them go. And I feel like when I say turn over a new leaf, I feel like this is going to get progressively better for you. There's always those, you make 2 steps forward, but then, you take 1 step back. There are always those, situations. That's what life is all about. I mean, if we didn't take those steps back now and then, there would be no room for expansion. And I feel like this is expansion for you, Libra. I feel as though you're gonna let go of at least some. It's never going to be 100%, but you're going to get better and better at it. But you're going to leave some of that self-judgment behind, but you're also going to be less judgmental of others. I feel as though there is going to be less, what's the word I'm looking for? I think the expression is catty talk about others or judging others. In other words, I feel like you're going to be more in the frame of mind to when you see something that like causes a knee-jerk reaction in you to be judgmental, which, it's human nature. Let's face it. I mean, we've conditioned each other into these knee-jerk responses of judging other people. So let's say you hear something, oh, so-and-so did this, and your knee-jerk reaction is, what? Why would they do that? That's wrong, or that's ridiculous, or that's stupid, or whatever, right? If that's your knee-jerk reaction, I feel as though you're getting into the energy where you're going to catch yourself and you're going to say, wow, you know what? Okay, that's not for me. I wouldn't do that, but you know what? I am not walking in that person's shoes. I am not living in that person's skin or body or that person's experience. And to each his own. Live and let live. Oh, yeah. I feel like you're going to be saying live and let live more this month, Libra. And I feel as though that's where you're headed. You're headed to a more live and let live attitude. And guess what, Libra? That's good for you. That is so good for your vibration. Wow. Wow, Libra. I really feel like high vibrational this month for you. I really feel a high energy. When you can say live and let live and really mean it and not judge other people, your vibration is higher. It's good for you, right? Judging other people and judging yourself, that's just negative, and that's no good for you. So, it's like, whether you judge other people or not, it really doesn't affect them. It only affects you. And I feel like you're realizing that. And you're also literally feeling like, you know what? Who am I to judge? Wow, Libra. Positive high vibration. I love it. Okay, my Libra friends. Next, we will have Scorpio. Welcome, Scorpio, to your general message or guidance for February 2020. And remember, it is general. It will not resonate with everyone. So take anything that resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else, and never put anyone else's judgment above your own. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And you just had 2 cards jump out. What do we have? Okay, Scorpio. So we have the 5 of Swords reversed with the 2 of Swords upright. So Scorpio, I feel like you are really being hard on yourself. I feel as though you I feel like you're cutting yourself down. I mean, with the swords, it's making feel like you're cutting yourself down. You're there's an expression, I think, giving yourself a dressing down. Um, I've heard that expression before, and in other words, I don't know. You're just like like on yourself about things. Um, Maybe like kind of expecting too much of yourself, holding yourself to too high a standard, or just like beating yourself up for decisions you've made, for I don't know, maybe for things that you've said or things that you haven't said even. And I really just feel like it's just this negative momentum that you have been in off and on recently. I feel as though this is something that has been ongoing. Negative self-talk, cutting yourself down, like really being sharp with yourself, really being sharp with yourself. And again, I don't feel like it's constant. I feel like it's an off and on thing, but it's often enough to affect your vibration and your expectations. And, I feel as though you're looking at the way forward as if things are uncertain, as if you can't see what direction you're going in or what direction you should go in. And it's not that things are so bad for you, but I feel like there's a sense of uncertainty about the future, about where you're headed, about what things haven't or things are in store for you. So, Scorpio, I'm feeling as though you need to be kinder to yourself, okay? You need to realize that you are amazing. You are an eternal spiritual being who chose to come into this life experience, to have this experience, to play around in it, decide what you like. And when you see something you don't like, that's what helps you decide what you do like. So you decide what you like and you focus on that. And it was supposed to be a lighter experience maybe than it has been. And you may have come here intending to go through some rough patches so that you can have even greater expansion. But it doesn't always have to be like this. I feel like it's become a vicious cycle. It's become habitual. It's become like habitual that you are in this negative state of, giving yourself a hard time, basically. And, with this feeling of uncertainty about the future, first of all, you don't need to know what's going to happen in the future. Really, you want to be in the present. You want to be in this present moment and you want to make the most of it. And I feel like some of you are looking too much to the future. I'm feeling like some of you are worried about it and the uncertainty about it. And it's I feel like it's taking you out of the present moment. Okay? So I'm feeling like the message for you this month, Scorpio, is to try to be in the present moment as much as possible. So when you are in the present moment, you can say to yourself, oh wow, wait a minute. I'm in this moment, all is fine. I am well, everything is fine. And worrying about the future does nothing to improve the future. The only thing worrying about the future does is ruin my vibration in the now moment, ruin my experience in the now moment and the next moment, right? As your vibration is attracting things to you for the next moment and the next moment and the next moment, right? So when you're down on yourself or you're worried about the future and your way forward, you're affecting your current vibration, which is what and that current vibration is what is attracting the next experience to you and the next experience, so it can become a negative momentum that you keep going. So you need to remember how powerful you are, Scorpio, and how worthy you are. And, here's one thing that so many of us always forget, and myself included. Each and every one of us, every single one of us, is just as worthy as the next person of having, worthy enough of all the joy and all the abundance and all the happiness in the world. No one is better than you, Scorpio, okay? And you're not better than anyone else. I mean, we're all equally worthy. It's just our own thoughts and expectations and how we treat ourselves internally sometimes, and sometimes externally too. That's another story. But how we treat ourselves internally, how we beat ourselves up, how we think about ourselves, these misconceptions that we have and that we develop over our lifetime, and we just let these stories run over and over again in our heads. And I feel like that's what's going on with some of you. So Scorpio, this month it's about living in the present moment, and it's about being kinder to yourself. Okay, my Scorpio friends, if this resonates with you, I really, really hope you make an effort this month to be better to yourself and live in the present moment. I really, really do. Okay, next up we will have Sagittarius. Welcome, Saggy, to your general message for February 2020 or thereabouts. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And remember, it's general. It won't resonate with everyone. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest for somebody else. And already we have a card jumping out. And remember, never put anyone else's judgment above your own, Saggy. Okay, so also keep in mind this is an intuitive reading. So we have the Two of Cups reversed here, Saggy. Saggy. So with the two energy here, the two involves intuition and, a duality of sorts here. And, I'm feeling, Saggy, here that this is kind of like guidance for you to check in with your inner self, your intuitive self, your inner knowing, your inner being. I feel as though some of you may have been I want to say neglecting your inner being. So, in other words, some of you may be so focused on what you experience with your physical senses in your human body that you've been neglecting your inner being, your spiritual side. So in other words, you're so focused on what you see, mostly what you see and hear and smell and taste and touch, around you, that you have forgotten about the spiritual side. It may be this, new energy moving into the new year. And I feel like some things have been picking up, the pace has been picking up, and, you get busy with everything that's going on. And I'm feeling like I'm supposed to tell some of you to meditate or resume meditating. Some of you may have meditated in the past and given it up. So I feel like I'm supposed to tell you to meditate. Try to take some time each morning to quiet your mind. I mean, even if try to do at least 10 minutes. If you can do 15 or 20, that would be better. But I mean, even 10 minutes where you can sit in a relaxed but alert state and focus on either the breath, or a ticking clock is something that I like to focus on. Or some of you might be good at focusing on nothing and just allowing the mind to quiet. And if it wanders now and then, no big deal. It will. Mine wanders a lot. But you just gently bring it back to the focus. Oh, yeah, my breath. Or, oh, yeah, the clock. Don't make a big deal of it. Just relax. And it really gets you off to a good start. And I also think that some of you need to kind of take another look back at your spiritual teachings, knowing that you are more non-physical than physical. That spiritual side of you is that eternal side, and that this lifetime is just one tiny moment in the existence of you, because you are infinite and you are non-physical, and we can't even from our physical state, most of us, fathom what that is like. I mean, I try to fathom it a lot. I spent a lot of time, but I mean, I don't even know if it's possible for anybody, even the most tapped in spiritual person, to even fathom the non-physical existence, right? And to know the greatness of the universe and how we're all connected, right? But I feel as though you need to reconnect with you, with your spiritual side, with your inner self, kind of like almost like make friends with you, like you and you making friends again, or reuniting, reconnecting, reconnect with your inner being. Okay, that's what I'm feeling, Saggy. Reconnect with your inner being. Again, through meditation, through contemplation, thinking about all of the spiritual teachings that you have had. Maybe going back to some books that you've had that have inspired you, things like that. Okay? So connect with your inner being, my Saggy friends. Okay, Saggy. So next up, we are going to have Capricorn. Thanks for being with me, Saggy. Welcome, Capricorn, to your message or guidance for February 2020. Of course, this is general and will not resonate with everyone, so take anything that resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else, and never put anyone else's judgment above your own. A card already jumped out, so I just want to make sure I say this for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and it is an intuitive read, so let's see what we have here. Oh, wow, Capricorn! I love it! I love it. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Wow. Joy, joy, joy. Okay, Capricorn. So you are experiencing some sort of a what's the word I'm looking for? Culmination of something. Something comes to fruition. Now, again, this is a general read, so the specifics of it will be completely different for each of you. So there isn't even that much to say about it, but for those of you with whom this resonates, you actually may already know what this is, because with the 10, it's often an indication that this has happened already, or this could be your, experience during the month of February. But something reaches its what's the word I'm looking for? It reaches the max, it comes through. I mean, it could be like a something that you win or something that you accomplish. For some of you, I feel like it was a surprise. There was for some of you, I feel like there was at least a surprising aspect to it. I'm sure for others it was something maybe that you worked toward and you knew you were reaching your goal. Okay, that's what I guess I'm feeling like. In some way, shape, or form, you have reached or are about to reach a goal. And this goal is, first of all, it's making you feel outrageous joy and satisfaction and like really, it's making you feel really positive moving forward, moving toward the future. It's really got a positive momentum going for you. So you want to keep that up. You know, what does tend to happen, my Capricorn friends, I feel part of the message for me to say is that a lot of times when we get what we wanted, when we reach a goal or we attain something, some level of attainment, we're overjoyed, but we let go of that joyous feeling too quickly, right? And we're ready for the next thing. But there's nothing wrong with being ready for the next thing. But I feel compelled to say that while you are ready for the next thing, you want to continue the appreciation of this attainment. You want to keep that momentum going, okay? You don't want to lose sight of the joy and then get caught up in, sometimes it's a letdown, Capricorn, because, okay, now we got it. Now what? You know what I mean? I feel compelled to say to some of you, like, don't fall back into that, right? Keep those expectations high that, okay, you've attained this. Well, wow, what else can I attain? Wow, the future is bright. So I'm feeling that sense of the future is bright, but I also feel like I want to encourage you not to let that go, right? You know, sometimes, again, like I said, we reach a goal and then it's followed by a period of letdown. Now, obviously, you're not going to stay on the proverbial cloud nine forever. Of course not. But you don't want to drop down either. You don't want to go the opposite. You want to at least maintain, your satisfaction, your happiness, your positive attitude, right? You might not be elated all the time. That's fine. But I do feel that some sort of attainment, some sort of goal is reached or will be reached, and it's opening up new opportunities for you. It's opening new doors. It's opening up new experiences. Okay? But I also feel compelled to say you want to remain grounded. For some of you, I feel like this could be a big deal. So you want to remain grounded and not get crazy either. Don't get crazy with yourself. Enjoy it and yeah. I feel like don't move too quickly for some of you. Don't move too quickly, right? Because this is the 10 energy. It's about new beginnings. So new doors are opening up to you, I think, because of this goal or this attainment. And I feel like you just don't want to get carried away with yourself or get crazy in your head either. Like, I feel like some of you could drop down into like disappointment, like go from the high to the low. And then there are others of you who are going to get carried away with the maybe success, I want to say, and I don't know, maybe overindulge or overspend or something. I'm not sure. So I definitely feel like this is a beautiful, beautiful, positive energy. And I feel like you want to be grounded and maintain as you move forward with a relaxing, satisfied feeling of, just like you can keep this going. There's no need to like jump in and go crazy right away because this is going to keep this. It's not like, yeah, I feel like some of you are going to want to go crazy because you feel like you don't want to let it get away from you, and others feel like it got away from you too soon. The goal is to kind of like ground yourself and move steadily forward in a positive vibration with positive expectations. Okay, that's what it is. You want to move forward on from this joyful experience with high expectations and a sense of feeling grounded. But keep those expectations high, my Capricorn friends. Okay. Thank you, Capricorn, for being with me. Next up, we will have Aquarius. Welcome, Aquarius, to your general message or guidance for February 2020. Remember, it is general and will not resonate with everyone. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else, and never put anyone else's judgment above your own. So this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, and you already had a couple of cards jump out. So keep in mind, Aquarius, that this is an intuitive reading. So actually, you have 3 cards here. So you have the 7 of Swords, followed by the King of Swords reversed, followed by the 10 of Swords. Okay, so, you know what I'm feeling with all 3 of these cards, just all together? I feel as though you are carrying the burden of the past, Aquarius. Now, it is a general reading, so that will mean something different to each of you. So I'm going to actually put these cards down and just talk about that. So I'm feeling as though there is something, or it could be many things combined to create just a general, feeling, overall way of being. But I feel as though things from the past, you're bringing them with you, and they're not serving you in the present and will not serve you in the future. Okay? The King of Swords here reversed, right? This is you out of alignment. And this 10 of Swords here, this is something or many things that have happened to you in the past that have been unwanted experiences, right? I mean, definitely unwanted experiences. I mean, the extent of them could be tremendous, or they could be a bunch of small things that add up to a big feeling, whatever that is for you. But, they're represented here by the 10 of Swords. And one thing I do want to point out to you, Aquarius, is that 10 reduces to a 1. 1 plus 0 equals 1, which is the opportunity for new beginnings. So with the 10 of Swords, it's really about trying to recognize the value in that negative experience, in that contrasting experience, or those experiences. It could be multiple experiences, right? So, Aquarius, it's time to let the past go. First of all, you're not the same person you were yesterday, let alone a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20, 30, whatever. You are a continuously changing, progressing, and expanding being. So there's no need to hold on to what happened in the past or who you were in the past. None of that matters. The past is an illusion. It no longer exists. It only exists in your mind, in your memory. And your mind, your memory, that mental file cabinet, you're carrying that around you. You're opening up that drawer and you're pulling out those files, those unwanted files. Listen, if you're going to pull out any files from that file drawer, pull out the positive memories. Only they can serve you in a positive way, right? But really, really, the goal here is living in the present moment and remembering that nothing from the past matters at all. You're not that person. Even physically, you're not that person, right? With how the cells overturn, turn over, and you have brand new cells. So, you may look kind of the same on the outside, but really, with the cell turnover, you're not even the same person. But, I mean, scientifically, I'm not sure if I'm explaining this correctly, but the more you continue to focus on the unwanted experiences of the past, it's kind of like you pass that DNA, that DNA memory onto the new cells. But Aquarius, you can refocus and be deliberate about living in the present moment and raising your expectations about the present moment and the future moments to the point where you can change your DNA, right? It's called epigenetics, I think, is the study of that. Okay, but I'm no scientist, please, don't quote me, but what you think about matters. So if you are carrying the burdens of the past with you into the present, you're kind of ruining your present and your future, right? You're setting yourself up to attract more negativity into your life. So the guidance here, my Aquarius friends, and I feel like it's really, really, really important. And also, some of you, Aquarians have February birthday. So happy birthday. So in your time of Aquarius here, please, Aquarius, be deliberate in your focus. Let go of things that don't serve you. It has nothing to do with who you are today. You're not that person. You're not that experience. And that experience had value. It provided you the opportunity for expansion. You have experienced expansion, whether you realize it or not. If for some of you, you may not have recognized it, so your expansion might have been, not as great and you didn't even notice it. And for others, you could look back and you'd be like, oh my God, you're right. I had so much expansion. I did get something out of that experience or what have you. Now, you want to let the past go, but if it helps you to kind of just glimpse at it and say, wait a minute, what was the expansion in that experience? Ooh, if that hadn't happened, then this wouldn't have happened. If this person didn't, say, dump me, I wouldn't have been available to go be with this person or that person, or if I hadn't, if that just experience hadn't happened, I wouldn't have, maybe met these people or learned about this. I mean, really think about what kind of value these experiences may have had, and then let it go. Take the expansion from it, say, wow, that was more valuable than I realized, and now I can move ahead. And also, as I move ahead in my daily life, I can recognize that the contrast is there to provide me the opportunity for expansion, to say, wow, I really don't like this, but you know what? Now I'm going to focus on that because this has directed me to a new interest or a new understanding of things. So bottom line is, Aquarius, it's time to let all of that stuff go. Okay, my Aquarius friends, thanks for being with me. And next we will have Pisces. Welcome, my spicy Pisces. So this will be a general message or general guidance for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And remember, it's general. It won't resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates with you. Leave the rest for someone else. And again, it's just probably a brief message, but we'll see what cards jump out for you. And remember, it's an intuitive read, Pisces. So, whatever comes to me when I start talking about the cards, kind of really how I do all my readings. So I don't know if you've been with me before for my weekly readings. I'm not even sure whether you realize that, if I ever even say that. I guess I should start saying that. But wow, no cards jumping out for you, my spicy. Oh, spoke too soon. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh my God, spicy Pisces. Wow, I think you got the best cards of anybody. I mean, I'm not sure I remember all of the readings since you are last but not least. But you do have beautiful cards here. So, my spicy Pisces, it's really all about experiencing the joy in life and being able to appreciate it, okay? So, since the intention of this message is about guidance and not, about prediction here, I'm feeling like the guidance here for you, my spicy Pisces, is that, the energies look really, really good for you for the month ahead. And you want to make sure that you not only recognize it, but you appreciate it. You really want to be aware, deliberately appreciate the joys that you will experience this month. Deliberately appreciate the experiences that you have this month. Deliberately appreciate the people you spend time with this month. I mean, even if it's just the people in your daily life, at the office or something like that, just be deliberate in your appreciation and your focus, my spicy Pisces. And I feel like use it to your advantage. And what I think that means, okay, use it to your advantage. So, yeah, if you can keep that positive momentum going, you can keep that positive momentum going. And remember, it's an attractive universe. So when you're feeling good and you're feeling when you're in a vibration of appreciation, you're going to attract positive things back to you because the vibration you're putting out there into the world is positive. Appreciation is a really, really positive vibration. So put that vibe out there, keep it going as much as you can, and you'll find that you will attract your desires, or at least the equivalent of them, to you. I mean, in my experience, I have found that when my vibration is super high for a consistent period of time, that the things that come to me are better than I expected or better than I wanted. And they might be a little bit different, but there's something that's better about them, you know? And, I wouldn't go into all the detail, but that's my experience. So I feel as though, my spicy Pisces, if you can keep this vibration of appreciation alive, you will experience joy and wow. I think others will be looking at you, my spicy Pisces, like, wow, Pisces, things are really going your way. How do you do that? Life is good to you, Pisces. I feel like your friends and relatives will be amazed at how well things are going for you, how beautifully things turn out for you. So I love this message for you, my spicy Pisces. This is really positive. I want to tell everybody this message, right? I'd like to re-record the beginning of this video and say, hey, everybody, watch Pisces video because you could learn a lesson from them. So Pisces, I really, really, really urge you, take advantage of every positive thing that happens to you this month, in this time period, or whenever you're viewing this, because really the time the time is fluid. This is not only for February 2020. So this can be ongoing. And actually this should be ongoing. This should be what we all strive for. It will not happen every moment of the day. We are human. And if we don't have the lows, we could never even have the highs. How would we have a high without a low, right? But the lows don't need to dip so low. So when you live in a state of appreciation, my spicy Pisces friends, then you attract that vibration to you on a regular basis. And then when you do experience contrast or somewhat negative experiences, they are just there for the purpose of providing you clarity, or for providing you an opportunity to expand, or a new direction in life, a new focus. So when you can maintain that level of appreciation, it is so powerful. And others will be looking at you like, how do you do it? And you know what? There will be some people who will listen to you, who will hear the message of keeping the positivity alive, keeping the vibration of appreciation alive, and that's how you do it. Some people will listen, others will scoff at it, and they're just not ready for it, and that's fine. Everybody is fine exactly where they are, right? So this is about you and your appreciation. But I do feel that if someone really wants to know, please share it with them, spicy Pisces. Please tell them it's the vibration of appreciation. Ooh, I like that. The vibration of appreciation. I am going to use that moving forward. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, Pisces, if you hear that again from me. I love that. The vibration of appreciation. You are going to be hearing that from me again, spicy Pisces. I know it. Okay, Pisces, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wish you a wonderful month ahead. And also, some of you have birthdays this month, but even if you're a March Pisces, right? February, March, whatever it is, happy upcoming birthday, my spicy Pisces friends, and thanks for being with me.